Okay, so I'm only going to do 2 singing videos. I'm going to try to do my best to stay to that. I wanted to do some talking to you all first. The last time that I made a video, or I guess it was a couple videos back, because I did some singing after I said I wasn't going to do some singing. I want to do some talking. So this is all going to be Blonde Bombshell Donna related. First and foremost, I'm wearing makeup. This is a big thing. This left eye of mine a few days ago, I wasn't able to almost hardly open it up. I really don't know what I did to it, but I'm grateful that the swelling has gone down, and also that the area where that was affected, everybody told me when I wore my glasses you couldn't really tell it. That was a good thing. I'm going to make sure that right after these videos I take this makeup off, because I think that affected it. As also one of my friends brought up sharing makeup, and I do let my family share my makeup from time to time, but that's really no problem by me. I'm just going to make sure that, it's not my mascara, because I don't know if it's the eyelash that was bothered or really what went on with my own eye, but it was weird. As for a few things, I mentioned I was going to college, and that changed. The counselor really wasn't supportive, and I mentioned to you previously about how my dad and I butted heads. We need to cover that. I feel it's very important. Originally, when I was going to college at Lakeland here in Mattoon, I went for business administration. Going into it, I was young, dumb, and I pray that my nieces never make the mistake of what I did. I cost myself scholarships, and I cost myself basically my college, and I worked my tail feathers off when I changed majors from business administration to telecommunications, which I have my associates in. But I'll tell you this much, I appreciated it more and I enjoyed it more. Therefore, my grades improved, even if my family didn't support the idea, particularly my father. Could I see myself going back into business administration? Here's the strange thing. At first, I was all gung-ho about it, but the more the time got closer, a few things popped up. The first was, okay, I want to just try a semester to see if I really want to go back into this. And yes, he was going, well, health is in the area of where you live, and really trying to get me to say, well, you know what, you got to think sensible. Well, when you talk down to me like that and berate me, it reminds me of my father. And I had that enough the first time around, and I couldn't see my first class going in as being something I could look forward to when it was the first class that made me want to pull out of business administration. So while I think the best of the business classes and the business world, I have been myself in the business field with my own degree, but it hasn't really got me anywhere. I love communications. I love it to no end. However, I love songwriting. I play piano, and I'm not brave enough to showcase myself on here with you all. It's amazing that I'm brave enough to talk and sing on here, but I'm not brave enough to play piano on here and work out. If you go to my Instagram, I post lots of workout videos. However, I'm just not brave enough to showcase my piano skills with you all. I don't really understand that either. It's just me being self-conscious. Which, that brings us to the next topic. Well, let's go back to the college thing. Will I ever go back to college? I have given this a lot of thought this week. And yes, I will say, I would love to go back to college. I think that would be a great opportunity for me. However, there's something a little bit more that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I haven't done it yet. Of course, that's be a wife and a mother. And so far, I haven't been blessed in the man department. I mean, I had a lot of experiences dating-wise, but just can't seem to get the man to stay in the relationship. So, therefore, I am considering, in 2016, adopting. It took a lot for me to say that, because I would love to have my own child biologically, and I've worked my tail feathers off. And it's not that I'm giving up. It's just that the right man doesn't seem to stay. Would I take any of my exes back? 2 of the 3, yes. And I would have to say this. Would there be changes? Of course, everybody changes. And one thing that irritates me to no end is people always say, well, Donna, I can't see you with this type of guy because he does this for a living, and you don't. Don't you guys realize opposites attract? I mean, it's a total yin-yang thing, you know, and how you guys can get off into these tangents and say, well, you don't fit into his world. How do you know? Who made you judge? I'm sorry, it just irritates me. Why didn't I do a costume thing tonight? I've worked my tail feathers off here today. I have mowed the yard by hand, put up all of my decorations from summer, changed it out to, well, actually started autumn already. We've got our pumpkins out. We've got all of our displays for Halloween. Why didn't I do a costume video with you all? I just can't get into it. I did a taste of what I could be on my Facebook, which was Elle Woods, and nobody seemed to get that right off the bat, which that blew my mind. Furthermore, with it being PCOS month, do I regret revealing that I have PCOS? Absolutely not. I feel it's best to be honest and forthright. If you have something that's not contagious, because I've been asked that, it's a medical hormonal imbalance, then I have no problem saying that. And why should I be embarrassed or ashamed of something that I've been struggling with that is a factor in my weight, a factor in my moods? And I just don't understand how some people can say, I can't deal with you. Okay, now we're going to switch topics. If you're a friend, I believe in honesty, communication, and forthrightness. I feel like maybe I have said some things on my YouTube channel to ruffle a few feathers out there. If I have, I'm sorry. I feel like maybe I took my anger out and placed it upon some of my friends, and I shouldn't have. Therefore, you have my apology. And it just feels like this whole week I've been upsetting everybody. It's like one apple falls, the whole apple cart goes. You ever have those weeks? That's where I'm at. Today, I know we're getting very close. If it wasn't today, it would be next Saturday, but the anniversary of Kobe's death, which is my beloved Shetland sheepdog, that still bothers me. I'm still bummed about it, and I'm working through it. It's been a year, and the memories from day one of when I had him to now, it's still unbelievable that he's no longer with us. Yes, we're blessed with Peanut, but Kobe was just so special. If you can see, I've got some new attire back here for Halloween. I'm actually going to start using scarves for my hair. I'm trying to get used to it being so long. It's going to get longer as we get ready to do the wigs for kids. It's not getting on my nerves. It's just to the point where if it gets in my eyes, I feel like I have to scoop it away. One of my friends brought up the fact that I should be wearing my makeup more all the time, wearing more bombshell clothing, be more confident. Right now, it's not that I'm giving up hope on finding Mr. Right. It's just that I'm really down in the dumps. Okay? And I don't want to try right now, because every time I try, I get hurt. I get disappointed, and I can't put myself out there for it to happen again right now. Am I playing it safe? You bet I am. Do I have my guard up? Oh yeah, I do. Do I regret it? Not one iota. Let's cover the credit cards. Okay. Starting 2015, I started out with 10 credit cards. Going in now into September, I have 6, well, as of the 25th, I'll have 6 credit cards. I had to examine that situation as well. You when there's times that you overextend yourself, go beyond what you normally get for a gift, that caused some of it, thinking that, it's never enough. Okay, I'll give you that part. The bank is working with me. They're helping me a lot, try to understand budgeting more, which is a very good thing. We're hoping to end 2015 with 4 credit cards. That is a big goal. It's not unrealistic, because we are going into October, or the end of September, early October with 6. It's very hopeful. And how many do I want to end up with? And will I use them like I have used them in the past? No. Which brings us to the costumes. Some of them are for sale. You have to inquire which ones. Some of them will never be for sale because I love them too much. Will there be more costume purchases in the future? No. As much as I love Halloween, as much as I love dressing up, let's be honest, I love it and I enjoy being somebody else. It's great. It gives me the confidence that I obviously don't have in real life. Why? Because I just don't feel like I measure up, because I've always been second best. No matter boyfriend-wise or serious relationship-wise, I've always been second best. There was a time where I didn't think it bothered me, but now the older I get, I've examined every situation, from my college to my aspirations to my goals, and that it does bother me. And I want a child so bad, but I'm not going to have a first child on a first date. Some people may think that my costumes give off the other idea. That's not the point. That's not what they were for. That's not why they're there. It was to hopefully help find a good man, which right now I'm just praying every day. I'm turning it over to God. I'm putting it in His hands. More or less, I want that flirty, I want that edgy Donna back, and I don't want this droopy, oh my land, I'm going to have a frown on my face every day because I'm down here in the dirt. That's how I feel. So, with that being said, you all know the 2 exes I was talking about. Mike, I would still take you back. However, there's a catch. You would have to come to the front door. And you would have to be man enough to say, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I never should have left you. I should have kept my word and married you, like we discussed, and let's build a future together. Mr. CB, which I don't really understand what went wrong there, and I don't understand the gossip that was behind everything, but you have your reasons, whatever. However, I believe nobody was really wrong there. It was just a misunderstanding. And things could be worked out if you're a mature adult and talk things out. You can't just put up walls. There's a great song by Kelsea Ballerini. It's called Secondhand Smoke, where she has such a hard time at viewing relationships as a working, everlasting love because she's seen firsthand what lying, cheating, dad and mom that she had to put up with. And it wasn't more or less the mom fault. It was just that she'd seen what happened to her mom, and she basically took all that and went forward. You know, maybe I've been too scar tissue to go forward. Maybe I'm too scared to take that leap of faith. But by land, if you went through some of the stuff I went through, maybe you would be too. It's one thing to sit and judge someone, it's another to really know what they've been through. A friend doesn't just judge on what they hear. A man doesn't judge on what they hear. They would come to you and talk things out and say, hey, you know what? This is what so-and-so said, but you know what? I really don't care because that's not the person I know. The person I know isn't like her past because her future is outstanding. So at this point, would I like to go back to college? Let's focus on one major goal. 2 credit cards. I would love to go back to college in a way and either do songwriting, because it seems like my most viewed videos are the ones that I write from the heart. And I enjoy it. Or, the other thing I would like to do, broadcasting. I just enjoy being open and honest and having 65 subscribers. Thank you. My land, that went up. I don't really know what brings you all here. Some of you may just be my frenemy and want to make fun of me. But thank you. And that's heartfelt. With that, we're going to get happy. We're going to get sassy and we're going to get singing. Stay tuned.